one way.
What?
You want it to be one way.
Man, I don't
You
know
want it
what
to
you...
be one
Man,
way.
stop. Stop saying that.
What is the other way?
All right. It's your boy Rain. Let's get it. Y'all know what we came to do. Thank you. What up, YouTube? Thank you to all of my subscribers who've been tapping in with me, staying locked in with me. I really appreciate you guys. The feedback has been just priceless and really motivating me to move forward. Thanks for your patience as we move through this journey, bringing all this together. I got so many things I keep telling you guys, watch for the evolution, going to really expand on this whole entire experience. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I invite you to consider doing that. Hit that alert icon, that bell icon, so you can always be alerted when I'm coming to the platform with more content. We'll actually be starting lives soon as well, so I'll be dropping information on when that'll be happening, hoping that a lot of my subscribers will come through the live and we can all build, get on the platform, and I can see what you guys are thinking. We could speak on boxing, right? Pick at your brain, you can pick at my brain, and we'll just get to know each other. You know what I mean? But this week, big fight week. It's coming close to the end of the year, and we're getting all these little fights creeping in. And this is the one. I think this is the big one after the Demetrius, Andre, and David Benavidez fight. This is one of the big ones at the end of the year. The Zone is hosting this one. Matchmakers, of course, Matchroom, hosting this one as well. And we've got Devin Haney fighting and challenging. And I'm going to say challenging because the way they have it put up there right now, you would think that Regis Prograis challenging Devin Haney, but no. Devin Haney's daring to be great, leaving the lightweight division as undisputed champion. He just actually vacated those belts, and we appreciate Devin Haney for doing that. If you know you're not coming back, let those belts go so the division can continue moving on. So Devin Haney's done that, and he's daring to be great and challenging potentially the most dangerous or the most accomplished and best fighter in that division right now in Regis Prograis. Outside of Teofimo, he probably is the most accomplished in that division. So, but a big puncher, and Devin is challenging for the big belt. And what are we looking at? What are we going into this fight looking for? Who do we think is going to win? What's the road to victory for both of these fighters, and what's all on the line outside of a WBC title fight? Well, in this video, we're going to talk about it. So let's start with what we're looking at. What am I looking at when I go into seeing this fight? Well, Devin Haney has been hinting a lot towards making big moves in his career, changing narratives, daring to be great. So I'm looking for that type of performance from him. I'm looking for that type of performance. You guys know Devin Haney has been, there's a narrative out there that Devin Haney has pillow fist. Devin Haney's just not that exciting of a fighter. Devin Haney doesn't move the needle when it comes to pay-per-view numbers. He's looking to combat all those things, as well as become a two-weight class champion, right? So what does Regis Prograis gain from this? Well, this will probably be up to date the most skilled fighter that Regis Prograis has fought against. And Regis Prograis has a narrative going around about him that he's not that skilled of a boxer. We all know Regis Prograis started boxing late in his life. I believe he started about 15, 16 years old, right? So the experience that Devin Haney brings to the table, you're talking about somebody who started fighting almost out the womb, but I mean, I hear honestly it was between 7 and 9 years old that Devin Haney started fighting. So even though Devin Haney is younger than Regis Prograis by almost 8 to 10 years, he in many ways brings way more experience to the table. So Regis gets an opportunity to address all those situations as far as whether or not he is skilled or not. I mean, he's one loss on his record against Josh Taylor, and it's an arguable loss where a lot of people felt like he won that fight. And up to this point, pretty much undefeated, and also, a champion, a two-time junior welterweight champion. So he's very accomplished. This is not about skill so much as it is about effectiveness. Is Regis Prograis' style and approach to boxing effective against the most elite fighters in the business? And this fight gives him the opportunity to address that head on, because Devin Haney is definitely on the pound for pound list. He is one of the best fighters. And when we're talking about boxing IQ, this guy is top of the list, top of the heap when we're talking about that. Is he number one? Maybe not. There's other guys out there who I'd argue is a little more skilled than Devin Haney, but I definitely believe he's top 5 dead or alive when it comes to that department. And Regis has a lot on his table and a lot on his plate right now to handle. So we get to see everything. We get to see Devin Haney handle being in the ring with a big puncher, southpaw. Take that for whatever you want. A lot of people would compare this to what a future fight with Tank Davis would look like. But regardless, daring to be great is definitely there for Devin Haney to do that. So now going into this fight, I'm looking to see Devin Haney's put on some weight. If you guys don't know, Devin Haney has been fighting at 135 pounds, and I'd say the last three to five fights, when it comes to the weigh-in, he looks pretty hungry. Right? He looks pretty hungry. He looks pretty depleted. That weight cut looks like it was just really hurting him to be down there at 135. So it'll be interesting to see what he looks like at 140 pounds. Is he replenished? Is he strong? Is he bringing power to that division? The pillow-fisted theory. Is he bringing power? Does that power translate in the 140-pound weight division? And we'll get to see that as well. Also, we'll get to find out if he's going to be an exciting fighter. Is he going to move the needle? Is he going to go for a finish? Will he go for it to try to stop Regis Prograis? And even if he doesn't stop Regis Prograis, can he dominate Regis Prograis in a way to where we can see and we'll be looking forward to paying for pay-per-views, and will he be able to fill up arenas? Up until this point, he has gone to Australia and performed in front of a packed arena 2 times. But arguably, people would say that the Kambosos fan base is who filled up that arena in Australia. And why not believe that? I mean, Devin Haney flew across the ocean. He's from Oakland, California. And Kambosos is from Australia. So why should we believe a whole entire stadium, a whole entire arena in Australia came packed to see Devin Haney fight, right? As well, he performed in front of a packed out arena, but once again, argument will always be that it was a Lomachenko fan base that helped pack that place out. He didn't really do it on his own. Well, in this case scenario, Devin Haney will be in his own hometown in San Francisco, and he has his fan base there. And the place is supposedly going to be packed out. From what I understand, there are rumors going around that the place is already sold out as far as tickets are concerned. So let's see what the pay-per-view numbers come in and speak to his face of boxing self-proclamation that he's put out there. But also we'll see what will happen in the future, because a lot of eyes on him. They've been promoting this fight as his coming out to be dominating, to become a 2-weight class world champion, and even have been speaking, honestly, in a disrespectful way, in my opinion, looking past Regis Prograis, talking about after this fight what they're going to do as far as going up to 147 and potentially challenging future Hall of Famer Keith one-time Thurman. So there's a lot on the line here. Devin Haney is got a lot of pressure to deliver, and we'll see that. Regis Prograis has been battling people's thoughts on his boxing skills. He hasn't really been a pay-per-view guy. Well, this will be his first pay-per-view, I believe. Don't hold me to it, but he's not a big pay-per-view guy, and I think he's late in his career, in his mid-30s, trying to make a statement to the world of who he's always said he was, and he gets an opportunity to do that in front of a fighter who brings many eyes with him, to see him give Devin Haney, a fighter on his caliber, potentially his first loss, and in devastating fashion, right? So what are the roads to victory for both these fighters? Well, with Devin Haney, the obvious road to victory, I believe, is him controlling the distance. He has one of the best jabs in the game, turning Regis Prograis, right? So we're looking at him to jab, maybe, drop a couple of right hooks or straight to the body of the head, and then turning Regis Prograis, constantly keeping Regis Prograis moving, controlling that distance, not allowing Regis to close that distance where he's going to be way more effective with his power shots. If Devin can do that, I see Devin walking away with a unanimous decision. I can see him winning each round, or at least winning most of the rounds in a 12-round fight to get himself a decision. That's his best case scenario. That's probably the easiest path to victory for Devin Haney. But if you've paid attention to his last couple fights, Devin Haney's had moments where he wants to sit down on his punches and actually get into small fire exchanges with his opponent. Will he do that in this fight? If he does that, and he's successful in that, that puts him at a risk. If he does that, that's where Regis Prograis is going to capitalize and go for those power shots that are going to hopefully, for his favor, debilitate Devin Haney. And that's a risk that Devin Haney would take. But they say big risk, big reward. In order for Devin Haney to truly dare to be great in the arena, in the space that he's talking about, as far as pay-per-view numbers is concerned, as far as the face of boxing is concerned, these are big accomplishments. And to reach these accomplishments, you have to take chances. So will we see Devin Haney do that? That's the big question, because I think without a doubt there is an easy way for Devin Haney to do this, but there's a not so easy way that gives him a big reward at the end if he's able to accomplish the mission, taking these risks. Regis Prograis, he's a power puncher, southpaw. Very unorthodox in many ways. He has a habit of keeping his hands a little bit low, and I believe that is to bait in his opponents. He gives up a few inches on the arm reach, so he's going to be trying to get to Devin Haney, and I believe he's going to continue to keep that approach. It doesn't look like he really respects Devin Haney's power. That's another thing Devin Haney's going to have to do, is make Regis Prograis respect that power. That might disrupt Regis Prograis' game plan and give Devin Haney opportunities to capitalize off of those possible mistakes as well. But Regis, he likes to, what I would see him doing is probably working the body, right? Aiming for Devin Haney's body. He's going to be moving around a lot. Aiming for his head is going to be complicated early in the fight. He's going to be moving around a lot. Like I said, he's going to be sticking that jab out there. He's going to be turning Regis Prograis. So Regis Prograis' game plan, I would think, would be probably a real hard body attack, being that that's the most stationary part of the body. That's the biggest part of the body. Aim there. He gives up some the height advantage as well, so he'll be closer down there anyway. He likes to sit low as it is, so I'd expect him to start working his way from the bottom, from the inside, and working his way up top, trying to drop big hooks to stop Devin Haney. So that's going to be his mission, to take Devin Haney and disrupt Devin Haney's mindset on making this a boxing match, encourage Devin Haney to engage, to come at him, to take shots at him. That's going to be his opportunity to counterpunch and hurt Devin Haney. And we'll see him do that. Now, if Regis Prograis on the other side of the conversation decides that showcasing his boxing skills is the big priority for him, and proving to the world that he's just as good of a boxer as Devin Haney is, well, once again, I wouldn't advise Regis Prograis to do this, but I'll tell you what, if he did do this and was somehow able to outpoint Devin Haney for 12 rounds, that would speak huge for Regis Prograis, really expand now that he's a power puncher and a high IQ boxer. This opens up all kinds of conversations. What does Regis Prograis look like against a Matias? What does he look like against a Richard Hitchinson, against a Gary Antoine Russell? What does he look like against these fighters? You know what I mean? What does he look like against a Ryan Garcia? Because he brings this other element to the game that most people weren't aware of, including yours truly. But the easiest road to victory for Regis Prograis is what I believe the first part of that was, which is work on the inside, stay low, attack that body, cut the ring off on Devin Haney, and maybe around between the third to the fifth round, start actually from the work he did from those first couple of rounds, working that body and slowing slowing Devin Haney down, having opportunities to set Devin Haney up and run him into one of those huge left hands, right? And knock him out. I believe that should be the game plan. That's what I would see it to be. Now, you guys let me know what you think. That's how I see it at this point. I think Devin Haney is a favorite in this fight. I myself, I won't lie to you, I'm leaning towards Devin Haney to win this. I think this is closer to a 50-50 fight than most people want to admit. I think most people are looking for Devin Haney to dominate Regis Prograis. And they're also looking for Devin Haney to take that straight path to victory, which is controlling that distance and not allowing Regis Prograis to ever put hands on him. But if Devin Haney sits on his punches like I've seen him do against Lomachenko, like I've seen him try with Linares before, he even did that in the second fight with Kambosos. He was trying to do that as well. Granted, those guys aren't punchers. Those guys are not punchers. Linares was at the end of his career, and he has been known to punch hard, but being towards at the end of his career. But at the same time, Linares did clip Devin Haney, buckled him, had him doing a stanky leg back to the corner. So this is definitely a bigger puncher than Linares was. So if he sits there, he does from time to time give opportunities for his opponents to clip him. I've seen him clip multiple times. So Regis Prograis will have to capitalize on those mistakes if Devin Haney chooses to expose himself in the same way. But a big fight, which comes with a lot of implications for both fighters. The future of Regis Prograis, he's about 34 years old right now, 34, 35 years old, off the top of my head. Maybe even like 33. So let's just say 33, 35 years old. He's towards the end of his career right now. So a big loss and a dominating loss of Devin Haney, could really send him the other way as far as trajectory is concerned. His pay-per-view dreams are all on the line. This is a big deal for Regis Prograis. To defend his title against a fighter like this might give him his next 3 to 5 fights, might be big paydays for him. If he does this right. Devin Haney, he is talking about daring to be great. The conversation this man's giving, going to 147 pounds, challenging Keith Thurman. I've even heard rumors of potentially coming at Jaron Ennis, which, if Devin Haney were to challenge Jaron Ennis, the respect I would give him for doing that, win or loss, he deserves so much respect if he does that. Jaron Ennis is a dangerous character to get in the ring with. Even Jaron Ennis's team is trying to dissuade Devin Haney from doing that. Even his coach and father, Bozy Ennis, is just like, stay away from Jaron. You don't want to do this. Don't do this. Don't go near Jaron. But if Devin does do it, we'll all be there to watch it. We're here for him to dare to be great. And in some ways, that kind of like cements his argument a little bit more on the face of boxing. In many ways, it does. So, but that's all fantasy stuff. We'll talk deeper in that conversation when that comes along. But right now, what he has in front of him is a game Regis Prograis, and let's see how he handles that. So, guys, go ahead and comment. Let me know who you guys think is going to win, why they're going to win. I'm interested in reading some good breakdowns on these fights, on this fight, and how you guys think this is going to end up being. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and we'll be back at it on another episode, another plug. This is Claymore Reign. This is the ATP Combat Media Show. And at this point, we're out.